Welcome back, Skallywags. Here we go. It's time. Brian, the guy, the local neighbor out here who donated our Santana 20 named Thor to the Skallywags, dropped it off, and the weather's nice, but it's not going to stay like that. So, although it'd be awesome to throw the mast up and take it for a test sail, we decided that maybe not. Let's pump the brakes. Let's do it professionally. We need to inspect this boat. We need to back at the shop and figure out what does it need, make sure it's safe, make a list of things that must be done and maybe optional things that we would like to see in the future. We have to figure out actually the rigging and how we get it off the trailer with the ports crane for the daily launches and stuff like that. So yeah, before the weather, we backed it into our shop, and that's one thing that not a lot of people have is a beautiful big shop like we have here at the school. So into the project area, which is over 100 feet long, got this giant door that we can back boats in. We just backed it in. If we're going to do a proper inspection, and you know, there's going to be work to be done. Any old boat, I guarantee you we're going to find a few things that need to be done. And so this is the start of it, but it's our new boat. How exciting. So let's dig in and see what we got
Welcome
to do.
to the Skallywags, located in the beautiful Pacific Northwest, where Skagit Valley College has been training technicians since 1968. If you are looking for industry certification and the skills to work in maritime, this is the place to visit. Our staff will share so much knowledge and experience, you will not be disappointed. The workforce demand is very high, and all of our graduates are working around the world. If this sounds interesting to you, schedule a tour and come check us out.
Okay, Marine Tech Mike here, back with a quick update about our Santana 20 named Thor. I've got some questions about that boat, and is it our next big project? And the answer is no, it's not our next big project. It's going to be a school boat that we keep around. Brian, who donated the boat, super nice guy, has owned it for 8 or 10 years. The boat's been local, Anacortes, LaConner for its whole life. He just dropped off the rest of the stuff, and we've got the paperwork done. And so the purpose of this is we have an aluminum skiff you've seen in some of the other videos, and that's a boat where we can test outboard motors, and students could go out and, you know, work on an engine, put it on there and go test it or whatever, and maybe go crabbing. Super fun boat. We have students that are interested in sailing, so we were on a quest to find a sailboat. And so there's two quests going on. We're looking for our next big project, hopefully not as big as King's Pride was to do a refit on, but then this is just a boat for us to use and enjoy and keep in that upland storage area. Okay, so like anytime you get a boat, probably gonna need a little bit of work. So let's go take a look inside and see what we have going on in the boat. Well, now that we got her inside the shop, you know, it needs a little bit of paint work. Not too bad though. The only thing that we are looking at is we're clearly going to be pulling the two chain plates over here. Just because we know that they've been leaking, there's evidence, and it does appear that this plywood has definitely been compromised, and so when you get the veneers coming off like that, yeah, you just don't really want to be trusting this. I think we can just cut this little tab off that goes to the hull, replace these two bulkheads with some marine ply. Looks like it's just 1/2 inch. Bullnose them off, and I think that's the way to go to bring some more life into this old girl. We want the mast to stay up. The mast, the post, the support looks fabulous, so this we got no worries about. But it's just these two bulkheads. Same thing over here on the port side. That's kind of punky. You know, just thinking we don't want to be trusting that. For sure it would be fine. The structure from here, the forces out to the hull, pretty good. But we can do better. If we're going to send the Skallywags out, I think that this is the first project. We're going to get this done. They're out there right now inspecting the mast with the instructors Matt and Quinn. We're going to get the mast put up and give that a good look over, but straight away I think a couple new bulkheads are in order. As you can see from that clip there, when I was inside the boat, it does need a little bit of work. It not only it's happening so fast. I set my camera down for 2 days and I come back and the crew is just so excited. They want to get this boat out on the water. And so they've pulled all of the chain plates, all the backing blocks. They got the winches pulled off. The 4 little winches in the cabin top, they're going to be rebuilding those. And yes, if you look at this, the bulkheads definitely needed to come out. So they got those cut out. We're working on patterning, making some new ones. We're going to make them out of Coosa board with a couple layers of carbon fiber. I like stuff that's synthetic. I don't know about class rules. We're not going to be racing this boat if we're as we alter the structure, but instead of putting plywood back in, this will happen again, we're going to use the synthetic stuff. The chain plates, same thing with King's Pride. We tell everybody on an old boat, you need to inspect the chain plates. So you get these things out, and sure enough, some of these holes oblong a little bit. Yes, we've got crevice corrosion happening in there, so I'm not going to trust these. These are actually aluminum, and I think we have marine grade aluminum here at the shop, but we may even make them out of stainless steel just because we can. So fun stuff. We've got to sort out all the extra rigging and stuff that Brian dropped off. We've got a compass. He's even got some little brackets he used to go on the boom to help flake the mainsail. We got the 5 horsepower Nissan right here to power it, which should be fun. Although Skallywag student Jacob has electric outboard. And one of the things we want to do when we get this thing in the water is do some power and range testing for electric propulsion, because this might be an ideal candidate for that. The mast, took it off the top of the boat, brought it down, did a bunch of inspections. They got it sitting out there. We found a bent bolt up and which holds on 2 of the side rigging there. And those actually should have the proper tangs with an angle and some stuff. So a little bit of work to do on the rig. There's a bent bolt, a toggle. So just a few little things. The biggest project is these bulkheads. So we're gonna mock up using the TechTip about pattern making and get 2 new bulkheads built, get them tabbed in, and the new chain plates, boom. We're going to send it outside. It is nice working in the warm shop, but we're going to need to send it outside and actually step the mast and see how that process goes. And then we'll be ready to take it down and go for a test sail. So work first, play later. That's our motto here. Get in and get dirty. Got another idea. Let's go out and look at the trailer for the boat, and to make it easier for students because it's going to live up on the land. Such a fun project. So we've got our ladder set up here and all tied off as we've been going up and down and doing the winches and those new bulkheads. Realized straight away, if this is going to live up in the upland storage lot, we hook onto it, we just roll the trailer down. It's got a pick point for the crane set in the water. That's perfect. We don't have to pay moorage, but we don't want to have to pack a ladder down all the time. And so I think I'm going to go over and talk to our welding department, and what we're envisioning is right here in the corner where the trailer gets a little bit skinnier, we'll build some standoffs that come out far enough to clear the hull on a vertical ladder, and 2 little standoffs will build a ladder that goes up here. We can support it back there to the trailer frame, and then we can easily climb up. The mast will be up already, when it's stored in that uplands area. And get up in there, get the bridle hooked up for the crane, set it in the water. And then when we bring it back up and put it on the trailer, we can easily get down. So luckily Skagit Valley College has a welding program. we'll get them and start fabricating up our ladder, which would be a nice improvement. And the trailer's about half painted, so we're gonna get some silver paint. I think Brian ran out of paint or something, and we're gonna finish painting this trailer, and it needs a new 2x8 block underneath the keel, starting to get a little weather checked in on that. So anyways, thanks for watching. It's gonna be a fun project, and we're gonna get this thing out and take it for a test sail.